Hair.
Pretty?
Is it running?
Yes.
I think so, right?
Who's that pretty guy in the background? Oh, it's Mika. Hey, Mark.
I can still cut this part if I want. I do whatever I want. What's up, everybody? It's Alex Sigrist, and I'm back for another Alex Uncut. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Korea time and 4 p.m. some other time. I'll put it up here one way or the other. We do Alex Uncut. That means from the previous week's questions under the comment section, I will choose 3 of them. Actually, my friend will choose 3 of them, and I will choose one of them to give a long answer, and the other 2 I will give a short answer for. It's roughly 4 to 12 minutes, depending on how long-winded I am on that day. As always, if you have a question that you want to ask me, make sure to leave it down there in the comments section, and we might pick it next week, or at least use it for an Alex Overtime Uncut. We got people dancing behind the camera. While they're doing that, don't forget to hit the like button because hashtag feed the narcissism. Let's go ahead and get to the questions. Mark's reading them today. Mark, what you got for us?
All right, Joshua Lee. The way he typed this is kind of like I feel like I need to get into character.
Get into character.
It's kind of like it's almost like a conversation here.
Get to it.
And the topic is with sports. I guess it's springtime into summer, so we're getting active here. Okay. Joshua Lee says, and I got a question for you. As a hobbyist that loves to fish, can you input about sports clubs in Korea? Because I know they have a lot of sporting clubs in Korea based off of the show Cool Kids on the Block.
Okay.
Wherever it's bowling, badminton, tennis, basketball, baseball, soccer, etc.
Seems like he knows more than me. Okay, what's the next question?
All right, the next one is Taldal TV edited.
Oh, this is Alex unedited. What is this?
Edited, okay. First of all, I love your pink background, smiley face, and my question is, when we work, we meet tons of people, but not all of them are friends. Sometimes, the line between colleagues and friends is even very thin. What is your way? Oh goodness, it's read more. Oh no! Oh no! Like, you sent me the picture, but I can't go into the read more part.
Alright, just get to the next one. I'll pull up the rest
All
of
right.
it. Just on fire here today, Mark. What are you doing?
Hey man, I'm just going with what I was
What's the
given.
third question?
I'm just going with what was given. All right. The third question. And this is nice and short. Michael also had...
How long are we on this video already? What are we at?
All right, here's a question. What do you do when you try to make up with someone, friend or relationship other, but they cannot get over the problem between you two?
Ooh, that's a deep one.
Yeah.
I like it. First one, I'll give a quick answer to and maybe leave more under his comment, Joshua's comment. The third one, I like it. That might be more of like a Sunday talk show kind of thing. I'm going to go with question number 2 from the YouTubers, Mika and Sujin. Hey. But thank you for sending that in. No, I like this question. So there wasn't much more to the question. What is your way to see the difference between friends and colleagues? And what types of people do you want to be friends with? What types of people do you want to avoid hanging out with? Whew, that just got more intense. And hello, YouTube Korea. You listen up, because this video is pretty much directed at you guys. Yes, that's right, my friends, the people I work with, and just my colleagues, the people out there that have to do business with. There's a couple of reasons I actually want to do this question. One of them is there was a comment by another YouTuber recently on her account, on her personal account, so I won't leave a name, but she was wondering like why she can't find good solid friends here in Korea, because it seems like a lot of people are just looking for something short term, or they just want to go out and have drinking friends. So finding friends in the YouTube community is something that is a problem. When we started off this group that we were all running together, there's a few of us, originally the sentiment was very upbeat and very happy. We're all just getting together, meeting up, and having a good time, which is one of the best parts of starting a new community. Everybody is there without any preconceived notions of how to act or what everyone else is looking for. Everyone was just acting friendly. It was great. It was a lot of fun. And we had all these events. And eventually, just like anything in life, there were some splits in the community. Oh man, I shouldn't be like saying stuff like this on It's Uncut. I got nothing left. Whatever. What's up, guys? But there were some kind of YouTube is like high school, all right? Whether you're talking about the way you act or the way you try to present yourself to other people, everyone's friendly with everyone, but there are some people that do talk behind people's back. But in the beginning, everyone was happy, and it seemed so easy to be friends with everyone. And then all of a sudden, there started getting, these rifts in the community. And I'll tell you why that's happened. Basically, the question that was presented by Dao Dao TV is kind of the reason. YouTubers by nature are friends. We're all friends. Like, it's when you go to university. Everyone's friends with everyone the first week. You're all hanging out, having a good time. We start off as friends, but then you realize that not everyone was coming in with the same motivation. Some people were coming to meet new friends, and some people were coming to meet new subscribers, to get more likes, to get more views, to be seen in the community as something that they weren't before, and now they're able to. Now, this isn't not to knock on anyone in particular. Everyone is allowed to do that. You're allowed to go into a networking event and expect to get something out of it from a business perspective. I support it. I'm okay with it. The only thing is, why this kind of rift happened is we're YouTubers. Remember when I said that? Because by nature, we act friendly to everybody. We act friendly to other YouTubers. We also act friendly to our subscribers, which is why I try to stay authentic so that I'm not different to the way that I treat Mika versus the way that I treat you. Obviously, you get a little bit more preference because, you're my good friend, but when I'm nice to you, I'm nice. And when I'm nice to you guys, I mean it. I'm being genuine. But when people were in the community looking for something more than just friendship, looking for business, looking for ways to get something out of it, that's when things started taking a turn because they presented a friendship first. They presented themselves as someone who is going to, I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back, let's all grow together. And that stings when you find out that the friends really care more about their YouTube channel than they care about you. Now, there's a lot of ways that came out in the community. And, you could see it based on, sometimes it's the obvious ones, like people who are higher stop hanging out with lower subscriber number YouTubers. And that doesn't happen a lot, to be honest, but that's an easy way to see it. Or people will not share certain deals with people or not tell people about certain events going on. You start to see people getting competitive, as if YouTube itself is like this finite resource. Views are views. If we make two good videos, me and my opponent, you'll watch both of them. If they're both good videos, I'm not telling you to stop watching this person's video, but the competitiveness kind of took over a little bit. And that leads us really to what we're talking about today. Colleagues versus friends. Now, because of the excellent reading earlier, where I screwed up and didn't get the whole question, I'm gonna have to take a look at this and see all the questions again. What is your way to see the difference between colleagues and friends? I believe whether you're talking about YouTube or really talking about any organization, I think what you have to do is just wait it out. There are some people that are dead giveaways. They act high and mighty, but you look at what they produced and you realize this guy's a snake oil salesman, You notice that right away. But for a lot of the times where I feel like I had been burned, it happened over time. I trusted people, but if you trust people for a long time, eventually the people who don't have your best interest in heart will reveal that. Because they got to make their move to climb up one way or another. That's just the way it's going to be. Man, in a serious conversation, taking a picture. Better post that to social media and give me some likes. And that's what happens, is people start leaving you, and you notice that. So in my opinion, because I'm not as good at noticing it, for me, it's giving trust, and then once the trust doesn't get returned, that's when I realize it. But there's a catch. So for those of you who are like me, and sometimes a little bit too trusting of other people, what you can't do is rely on your friends. And some of my friends have been very forward and honest about my relationships with other people, not just YouTube, but in business deals as well, outside of YouTube. They're honest. They see something that I don't see. We get caught up by the shiny lights of the offer of like, this will get you famous, and this will help you do this, and you'll be working with these people, and you see all these glitzy lights. If you talk to somebody you trust, especially someone who's good at business, that's really the only way that I've been able to kind of see who's got my interest in mind and who doesn't. So that's how I determine that difference. What types of people do I want to be friends with? I'm all about the long-term crew. for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about the pop punk bands of the 2000s or hip hop crews who were kind of rising together. There's always one person that rises from each crew, but you heard of them, Nelly from St. Louis, but everyone around him started getting these deals as well, right? When we're all working together, that's the way I enjoy rising. Those are the kind of friendships in a particular business. Those are the kind of friendships that I look for. Someone who's going to be long-term, let's grow together, rise together, improve together, and I'm not going to sell you out just for a couple of extra views or subscribers. And then the last part of that question was, what types of people do you want to avoid hanging out with? I don't really want to avoid hanging out with people. Like, I don't really care. Why are you pointing at him? What you doing back there? There aren't many people I don't want to hang out with. I will do business with you if the deal is fine and if it's only business, and you tell me up front that it's business. The people I don't want to hang out with are the people who mess with my friends. You can mess with me, you can take advantage of me as long as I figure it out and move on. But when you take advantage of my friends, that's when it's done. It's cut. Ooh. That's the truth. It's how I feel. So I mentioned a lot about the YouTube community. Now, just to be safe, look, there's a lot of good in the community. There's a lot of great things going on. But by working in this YouTube community, I've realized that there are some people that are just not upfront about their relationship with you. When it comes to finding out the difference between whether they are a friend or whether they're a colleague, it's really tough. And I personally need my friends to help me out, and I ask them questions. They're going to be the ones who help me determine who is my real friend or not. The people I'm looking for are genuine friends with long-term goals similar to mine, and the people I'm not looking for are people who mess with my friends. That was long. Dang, where are we at on time on that one? Oh, thanks for chilling out and hanging out with me on that one. Look, not calling anyone out. It's not what I'm doing. I do hope the other YouTubers in the community see it, and we start a discussion of it as well. Of course, it's probably related to your field as well, so leave a comment down below what that means to you. How do you find good friends? What does it mean to be a good friend? Colleague, can you be good friends with your colleagues? Ask a question for next week as well, and I'll pick 3 of them again and answer one of them. Now, I'm going to answer the other 2 questions very quickly. What types of clubs do they have here? Sports clubs. Everything. I play basketball. There's runners clubs. There was ultimate frisbee. I played American football at an amateur level. They have a flag football level. They have pretty much every type of club. Soccer, football, whichever you call it. They're all here. The difference is that Koreans play a lot of practice games. Americans like to go into a league, competition, championship. So the foreigner leagues have a lot of games like that, and the Korean teams had a lot of practice. That's the difference. Mike Cole, I might want to keep that question for another longer session, but the short answer to what you should do when your friend doesn't move on and you try to move on is you continue moving on without them. If they're stuck in the past, you keep going straight. Sorry. All right, guys, you know what to do. Go ahead and #feed that narcissism. Give this video a like because I'm sure it helps with something in the algorithm. And then click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Do the little bell thing because you got to know that I'm coming on every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Is that it? I think we're good. Everything's good. Did I miss anything? That was Alex Uncut, as real as it gets. See you next time. Woo!
Peace today.
No! Stop!